Okay, and we are live. Hi, ladies. Happy Friday again. I have my good friend here with us, Diana, this morning. Thank you, Diana, for taking the time to do this. And I'd love to introduce you first. And so Diana Concoff Morgan, marketing strategist, published author, national speaker, and successful serial entrepreneur with over 30 years of experience, including building 2 successful businesses using the strategies that she teaches her clients. Diana helps coaches, authors, speakers, holistic practitioners, and healers, direct sales consultants, and leaders, change makers, and thought leaders, and other entrepreneurs who rely largely on relationships and referrals to gain new clients. The whole heart marketing strategy is designed to increase connections and convert them into referrals and clients with tried and tested strategies. Diana has passionately helped hundreds of entrepreneurs grow their businesses, specializing in training on how to master the art of online communication, networking, and client attraction. She understands the challenges of building a strategic and authentic online presence that will reflect your whole heart message to bring you the right clients ongoing, and has the patience and know-how to help you. Whole Heart Marketing offers a variety of strategic consulting services, coaching, and done with you internet marketing services, as well as live virtual training and self-paced courses. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here, Elle.
Great to have you. And, I can totally resonate. My background is marketing. And so I can definitely completely resonate the need for what you do and the absolute must of being authentic in the social media space. And and I love the name Whole Heart Marketing. And
Thank you.
I love everything. Yeah, you're welcome. I love everything about authenticity and, just bringing your unique self forward. And along those lines, my favorite and first questions that I usually ask is, what makes you different? What makes you unique and authentic?
Okay, I love that question because it's a really important question for me because I'll give you like the super short version of my story. Was a recovering corporate misfit, and I quit my corporate job to launch into my passion or my hobby, which I turned into a business. And that was being a wedding officiant and doing marriage prep and relationship coaching. So I have this very spiritual background, and I have a master's degree in holistic health education and counseling. So I have all of these pieces of me, and I have this sort of like fascination, and I love internet marketing. I love marketing. I love all of that, figuring out the cracking the code and all of that. So what happened is after I was done with that business, my new business, my new life morphed into Whole Heart Marketing. And in the beginning, it was helping wedding professionals to grow their business online because I was so successful with it. But it morphed into helping conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneurs because of my own purpose of wanting to heal the world and help those kind of, those people that were doing amazing things to heal the world. So the uniqueness is, I kind of joke about this, really, God, Facebook, this is my life, because there's a part of me that was like, Facebook, but there's another part of me, and this is the unique part, is that I am a visionary and I am a thought leader, and that the internet is a powerful force for change in the world. And truthfully, where I come from is my mission, which is to inspire love and healing and positive communication and uplifting people. And so that's the internet is how we do that now. So bringing all of those pieces to what I do is, I feel like, what makes me unique. And the other part of what I feel like what makes me unique is that, I built this business from nothing, my Blessings to You wedding ministry. Mm-hmm. From a hobby to, I did over 100 weddings a year. I had 6 other ministers in my ministry, and I was among the top paid ministers in the Bay Area. So that learning how to do all of this on my own is what makes me unique in how I teach people how to do it. You know, I teach, a lot of my clients are people who weren't born with a mouse in their hand, as I say. And, you know, they struggle with, like, the internet is like learning a whole new language. And when your brain is done learning language and you have to learn this whole new language, it's a struggle. And I really understand that, you know, and that's how I teach. So I think that is unique about me as well.
I love that. I love that. And you're so, and I never knew your experience. So that makes, thank you for sharing that. It just makes perfect sense, you know. But yeah, I love that. And I love how you said, you know, social world or social media world is how we communicate now, especially that became very obvious last year, of course. And do you think that will continue even when we go back to the normal after COVID lives and meeting? Do you think the online media, social media presence will still be stronger than it was before, pre-COVID?
I do. And you know, another piece of what I'm passionate about is I do feel that the internet has created, it's better now than it was, but it did create an intergenerational gap between the sort of people who are online and the people who weren't. And the gap is in, it is our responsibility of the sort of older generation, if you will, to hear the younger generation and their responsibility to reach us so that we can learn from each other. And I feel like one of the blessings, if you will, of COVID is that this gap is getting narrower because parents are being forced to understand the internet world for their kids because their kids are learning, being forced to, if you will, to learn on the internet. And a lot of parents, a lot of people have kind of like the internet is bad and it's too much and all of this stuff. And like I always say, every sweet hath its sour. Okay. So yeah, it can be used for all the negative, annoying things it's used for, but it's also a very powerful tool. And I do think that, I think our world has changed forever. I really do, because of so many people. I mean, I know personally, let alone the billions of people who have been, I hate to use the word, but I'm going to use the word. Well, I'll say compelled. I was going to say forced, but I'll say compelled to learn how to use the internet to survive, whether it was for their kids at school, whether it was for their work, whether it was for their businesses.
Yeah, I definitely feel so as well. And I wanted to get your thoughts on that, because it's interesting how everything is shifted, and even, you know, even the new platforms that are coming up, similar to Zoom, right? And all the other things that are emerging, definitely. Yeah, and I agree. A lot of blessings as well that came. Definitely. So when we talk about women in business using social media, and I love how you mentioned age factor as well. It's interesting. What are the challenges that you see that women in business are faced with today using social media? And there are so many platforms, of course. I guess one of those would be what platform to choose, right?
Right. So that's like when you read my bio at the beginning, I have a very specific niche that I work with. I always say the internet is the great equalizer, because anybody can be successful on the internet. But what determines your success is, who are you selling to and what are you selling? And I think the biggest challenge is overwhelm. You know, what should I say, where to play, what to say and where to play is what I say. And the thing is that, you know, I think starting small, like I feel like Facebook is the mothership. So I feel like you might as well start with Facebook, because once you learn Facebook, all of the other platforms are really just variations of it, except maybe something like Clubhouse or something like that. But they're just variations where you're doing the same thing, but it's different content, different strategy, same strategy, different content, different mechanics, and maybe different demographics. So I say kind of start with Facebook, but I have expanded my start with Facebook to say Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram is a really great strategy for people who are really wanting to build relationships that turn into referrals and clients. In other words, connect with your Facebook friends on LinkedIn and Instagram and vice versa, because everybody has different friends on different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel that the biggest struggle that people have is overwhelm. And it's, you get on there and it's easy to get very triggered when you get onto Facebook by negativity, by politics, by religion, by whatever, I always say it's kind of like high school. Like, how, I don't know about you, but for me, when I was in high school, everybody looked like they were so successful and so happy. And I was like, I don't feel that way. And it's a little bit like that on Facebook. So
Yeah.
you can get triggered by that,
Right.
and so I think that, so my 3 words for this year
Uh-huh.
are positive, productive, and focused.
Mm.
And I feel like that's the thing, is if people can learn how to be focused on social media, and really, I call it intentional social media, really come with an intention, be very clear about your intention for what you're doing. Who are you talking to? What is the struggle they have? And what is the transformation that you offer? And who do you want to connect with? Who do you want to play with? And when you can be focused in that way, then yes, there are 3+ billion people on Facebook, but you're not going to reach all of them. And really, truthfully, how many people do you need to reach? So if you can be focused and say, I'm going to pick 5 people to really interact with authentically and deep dive into those 5 people who are sort of like, make sense for me to be playing with on social media, and start from there. It's a really great place to start. And then you can start to expand from there.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, I actually do exactly that. I do Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I do have Twitter. I started Twitter, and I have Twitter, but I don't really use it much. And yeah, and interesting you mentioned Clubhouse. That's completely new, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not really on there yet.
Me neither. I'm on, but I'm not on.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I'm not an early adapter. I like
Yeah.
to wait and check them out first before I make a decision if I'm going to invest my time and energy into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm still seeing that one.
Yeah. 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 And that's such a great and I think it's an obvious thing to do, but I don't think a lot of us do it at the beginning, or when we launch the business, really look at the target, and identify the social media platforms, even though LinkedIn is more professional and corporate, but still, I do find definitely clients and in all of those, and a lot of people use all of those, of course, like me including.
Well, the interesting thing about LinkedIn, so a lot of people think that LinkedIn is more business or more corporate, and I probably wouldn't share pictures of my cute little kitty or something on LinkedIn, but really there's not that much difference in for our niche, for the people who are building relationships. There's not that much difference in what you're going to do on LinkedIn or Facebook. I think it's a myth. I think that people are really missing out by thinking that, yes, absolutely. If you are targeting corporate, you should be on LinkedIn and super active. But just because you're not targeting corporate does not mean you shouldn't be like really super active. LinkedIn is, it is really a great way to meet people. And especially, for example, if you have a blog and if you're really like posting a lot of great educational content, LinkedIn is a great place for you to post that content and to connect with people.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good tip, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think, yeah, I hear you. That's really good. Yeah, there was at some point I did kind of miss, the LinkedIn. I kind of ignored it a little bit, even though my background is corporate too. So I have a big presence on LinkedIn, but I didn't. But yeah, so I, yeah.
Well, I have to admit, in the beginning, I really didn't put that much effort into LinkedIn either. I was super focused on Facebook, but I started to play over there, and I realized, like, wow, this is not that much different. It's again, it's excuse me, it's very niche oriented. It's really important for each person to understand their own niche and who are they looking for.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I know the social media world and the marketing presence, we can have this talk for hours, right? There's so much to learn and it's constantly evolving. I remember, when I was in corporate marketing, I used to do social media as well, but even it's just constantly evolving. So I'm myself,
Right.
I know some, but I don't know it all. So I totally appreciate what you do for
Thank you.
women and women in business. We definitely have to have so yes, thank you, and thanks again for taking the time today, Diane. As we conclude, if there is anything you want to share, maybe you have an event coming up or
Yes, I would love to. And I want to say thank you to you, Elle. I'm so excited to be a new member of your group, Women of the World. And I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody. So I love the concept of what you're doing with this group. I really do. As much as I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you, Diane.
So I would like to share a couple things. So one thing is, please join my public Facebook group. It's called Whole Heart Marketing with Diana Concoff Morgan. And I put lots of different tips and ideas in there. Also, I have a monthly free live virtual training. And what it is, it's social media success strategies, because everything, as you said, is changing so fast. So what it is, it's like what's working and what's new. And it's all kinds of different social media. And it's the second Thursday of each month. And the link is wholeheartmarketing.com/gift. So it's very easy, and we'll put it in the chat, in the comments too. But it's on my website, wholeheartmarketing.com, and I would love to have people join me. My next one is next week, and you can either live or get the recording. And it's just a way to really help people kind of stay on top of what's new. And whatever I'm teaching, I always say whatever I'm teaching was true as of last night. So it'll be the latest.
Yeah. So true. So true. Yeah. I completely agree. Yeah, it's never enough. And I know, part of the group. Definitely, ladies, connect with Diane. She's very knowledgeable what she does, and it's never a lot of information, or it's never enough. When it comes to social media, we all, as the online presence is growing, it is a must have and must know, I guess, to a degree. Or but I'm looking forward as well to seeing you, Diane. Thank you again for taking the time. Have a beautiful weekend, ladies, and we'll post the links to connect with Diane, like Diane said, in the comments here as well. But do connect, and definitely see you all soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.